Try to picture the fashion world of the late 1990s and early 2000s. Think of an era when models fit a strict mold, tall, willowy, and overwhelmingly white. Now picture a 5'5" Japanese-American teenager storming those same runways, becoming the face of Versace at just 16, and redefining what a supermodel could look like. Hard to imagine? Not for Devon Aoki. In this video, we're exploring why today's Gen Z is rediscovering and becoming obsessed with this groundbreaking Y2K icon who broke every rule in the modeling handbook. From her unconventional rise to fame to her cult movie roles, Devon's legacy shows us that sometimes the most influential figures are those who refuse to fit the standard. Devon isn't just another name from fashion history books. She's experiencing a massive revival, a figure whose images are flooding TikTok feeds and Instagram mood boards of teenagers born long after her heyday. Labeled too short by industry standards, yet championed by the biggest designers, her enigmatic presence and boundary-breaking career have made her the ultimate symbol of Y2K cool for a new generation. Behind the iconic runway walks and movie performances was a teenager who never gave interviews, rarely smiled in photos, and disappeared from the spotlight at the height of her fame. What makes Gen Z so captivated by this mysterious figure from 2 decades ago? Keep watching, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why Devon Aoki's influence transcends generations and why her particular brand of cool feels more relevant now than ever. The unexpected beginning. Devon was born in 1982 in New York City to a Japanese father, Rocky Aoki, the founder of Benihana restaurants, and a German-English mother. Her childhood wasn't the typical backstory of someone destined for modeling fame. Growing up in California as part of a large, blended family, Devon was actually quite shy and reserved. "I never thought about modeling," she once revealed in a rare interview. "I was just a normal kid who liked skateboarding and hanging out with friends." Her path to fashion wasn't paved with childhood dreams or pageants. At just 13, while hanging out at a concert, she was spotted by Kate Moss, yes, the Kate Moss, who was struck by Devon's unique look and energy. "It wasn't my height or conventional beauty that caught attention," Devon later explained. "It was something about my attitude, my vibe." That chance encounter led to her being introduced to industry figures despite standing nearly half a foot shorter than the modeling standard of the time. The industry initially didn't know what to make of this unconventional teenager. Casting directors would tell her she didn't fit the requirements, that she was too short, too different. But something changed when designer Jeremy Scott met her. "The moment I saw Devon, I knew she represented the future," he recalled. "She had this quiet confidence that was mesmerizing." This early champion helped her book her first runway shows, beginning a career that would defy all expectations. The breakthrough. Devon's big break came in a way that still astonishes fashion insiders today. At just 16 years old, she was personally selected by Gianni Versace to replace Naomi Campbell as the face of Versace, one of fashion's most coveted positions. In an industry obsessed with height and conventional standards, choosing a 5'5" Asian American teenager was revolutionary. "When Versace chose me, it sent a message that fashion could celebrate different types of beauty," Devon shared. On the runway, Devon developed a signature walk and presence that was entirely her own. Unlike the smiling, energetic models of the era, she maintained a deadpan expression, an almost detached cool that photographers and designers found captivating. "I never tried to walk like the other girls or pose the way they taught in modeling school," she once said. "I just moved the way that felt natural to me." The fashion world's obsession with Devon quickly spread to popular culture. Her distinctive look, often featuring dramatic baby bangs, bleached eyebrows, and an expression of complete nonchalance, began appearing in music videos and films. Her transition to acting seemed inevitable, with her first major role in Too Fast, Too Furious, cementing her status as a multi-talented icon of the era. Her portrayal of Suki, A street racer with pink hair and undeniable swagger became an instant reference point for Y2K style and attitude. The cultural revolutionary. What made Devon truly revolutionary wasn't just her look, but her timing. She emerged at a pivotal moment when fashion was beginning to question its own homogeneity. As the first Asian American model to achieve such prominence, she represented a bridge between conventional beauty standards and a more diverse future. Her approach to celebrity was equally groundbreaking. In an era before social media, when models and celebrities were becoming increasingly accessible, Devon remained mysterious. She rarely gave interviews, she didn't explain herself, she appeared, made an impact, and disappeared, creating an aura of intrigue that was almost impossible to manufacture. "I never wanted to be famous for being famous," she once stated. "I just wanted to do interesting work with creative people." Her fashion choices, both on and off the runway, influenced a generation. The combination of streetwear with high fashion, the mixing of feminine and masculine elements, and her embrace of Japanese Harajuku influences created a style blueprint that still feels fresh today. What Devon wore in 2001 is what cool kids are trying to track down in vintage shops in 2024, notes one fashion historian. The disappearance. Just as mysteriously as she appeared, Devon began stepping back from the spotlight in the mid-2000s. After appearing in cult films like Sin City and DEBS, she gradually took fewer modeling jobs and film roles. This disappearance at the height of her fame only added to her mystique. Some critics claimed her retreat showed she was just a passing trend rather than a lasting talent. Fashion blogs speculated about why someone so successful would walk away. One particularly harsh comment from an industry insider suggested, "Models who can't evolve with changing trends don't last." But Devon's choice was deliberate. She wanted to focus on personal life and family, a radical decision in an industry that demands constant visibility. Rather than responding to speculation, Devon simply lived her life on her own terms. She married James Bailey in 2011 and began raising a family, occasionally appearing in select campaigns, but largely staying out of the public eye. This rejection of fame chasing in favor of authenticity only enhanced her legend status among those who remembered her impact. The Gen Z revival. The fascination with Devon Aoki among Gen Z seemed to explode overnight around 2020. Suddenly, her images were being shared by teenagers and young adults who weren't even born during her heyday. TikTok videos analyzing her runway walks gained millions of views. Instagram accounts dedicated to archiving her photos amassed hundreds of thousands of followers. Devon represents everything Gen Z values in celebrities, explains a social media trend analyst. She's authentic, she broke barriers, she didn't conform to standards, and she prioritized her own happiness over fame. Plus, her whole aesthetic perfectly captures the Y2K revival that dominates fashion now. Fashion schools report students referencing Devon in their design inspirations more frequently than many contemporary models. She's becoming more influential in retrospect than she was in her own time, notes one professor. Her look was so ahead of its moment that it feels perfectly aligned with current beauty standards that celebrate uniqueness. The Devon effect extends beyond aesthetics. Her multiracial background and breakthrough success have made her an important reference point in conversations about representation. Seeing Devon on those runways in the early 2000s showed me someone who looked like me could succeed in fashion, shares one young Asian American designer whose work frequently references the model. Legacy and future. Today, Devon occasionally returns to modeling for select projects, each appearance generating massive excitement among her newly expanded fan base. Her influence can be seen across fashion, with many current runway trends, from baby bangs to bleached brows to the revival of Y2K aesthetics, directly traceable to her iconic looks. So, what do you think? Is Devon Aoki's resurgence just part of the cyclical nature of fashion trends, or does her appeal to Gen Z represent something deeper about changing beauty standards? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed learning about Devon's impact, hit subscribe for more videos on the cultural icons whose influence spans generations.